Well, good. What are we at? Sunday? Yeah, it's Sunday. Sunday evening. It's 22nd of May. I think the time is 6 o'clock somewhere. Let's see. Oh, yeah, quarter after 6 p.m. Perfect. We're going to try to start banging out some videos a little faster. So, fellas going to probably fucking flood the market a little bit. So, welcome to the Rick Bork channel, where the beer's always cold, language fucking sucks, my shit's always broken, your opinion doesn't matter. Borkfest 2022 is July 29th, 30th. You have until the end of May to let me know if you're coming or not. What are you doing tonight, Rick? Well, why you all that schmutz on you all the time? Fuck's sake. You're like a dirty face all the time. You're worse than a child. 1998 Argo response, 8x8. We have not been to the cabin since wintertime, and we need to get back. We need to get back on a regular basis. We need to get this fixed. We fucking wrecked it at Borkfest last year, so this needs to get fixed. It was usable, but it still needs to be fixed and made right. So the body was, we had ran the brush guard. Where the fuck is the brush guard? Oh, it's in the back. We had found ourselves a tree running through the brush, and we took the brush guard, popped a few rivets, and opened up the hull. So the other day I took and started clamping and bringing everything down so that way we didn't make anything worse and crack anything. The only thing that was cracked, and it has been cracked for a long time, is that crack there. It was there when I got it. It's a weak spot in it, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to drill the end of that, and then we're going to rivet on either side of it, hopefully prevent that from happening. We got a package of rivets. Let's get into it. All right, so before we get into this, as you guys know, fella likes his beer. I like my cordless power tools. Not a sponsor, and you know what? I don't give a fuck if they ever do sponsor me, but I like my DeWalt stuff. So DCD 703. This is a 12-volt brushless drill. But the neat thing about this sumbitch is you got all the torque settings and all that stuff, and it's 2-speed, which is pretty cool for a 12-volt. And they've kind of stepped up their 12-volt game as far as the compact stuff goes, and they've got some better batteries going on now. So I'm like that, but you can take the end off here, right? And you have 1/4-inch driver there, but it's not a quick attach drive. And then you got the quick attach ends. So now you can switch from a bit driver to a drill bit in a hot second. If my dexterity was better. But you also have the ability to do right angle, and that's what kind of sold this for me. So you can put right angle on that, and now you can go, you can work around a corner, and you can turn this thing to all these different angles. And sometimes you need that little extra, you know, if you're up in a joist or something, instead of having a dedicated right angle bit, we also have the offset. So that low clearance, sometimes you need to work right up against the top of something. There that is for like the bit driver and that. Personally don't know how much I use that. This here is a big deal for being able to go do multiple angles, especially when I'm drilling out exhaust manifolds and doing that kind of stuff. Being able to get in there and have something compact that works at multiple angles, not just right angle, compound angles. So with a right angle drill, you're limited, where this one, you have a full range on there. I mean, you can do that number, for fuck's sake. Look at that. I don't know. It's the simple things, and it seemed I've used it a little bit, put a little pressure on it just to make sure that the gears seem like they were good and all that stuff. I'm gonna try it. We'll burn it down. Let's get to work. So for a lot of these, because the holes don't line up, we got to go back through and just touch them a little bit. But now we're going to put new ones in between, because those holes are going to be oblong from popping the rivet, so we want to put some fresh holes in there. We want to be there. I hear the grandbaby in the house. Pitching a fit. He's pitching a fit. So yeah, we got a bunch of series of holes here drilled, and then we'll grab the rivet gun and our rivets. We can go ahead and, wrong way, Rick. Get those tapped in there. The new holes are going to be a little bit snug for them, and that's perfect. That's what I want to happen. Okay, so we got to go ahead and change the end on our rivet gun to accept these bigger style rivets. Most of your rivet guns come with that little wrench. The bigger the rivet, the more you have to push that mandrel back in there, the jaws back in that rivet gun to open them up so it'll accept it. Snug that one down. Put this one back in here. This is just a cheap rivet gun. It was like one of the, it's a MIT, Michigan Industrial Tool, so it wasn't made in Michigan, trust me. I'm relatively certain this fucker is made in China, and it's just rebranded. Luke Strasser will be fucking screaming at me if I'm wrong, but so there, we got that ready to go. Now our rivet goes in there nice. So a little trick on these freshly drilled holes here. Take like a 5.5 millimeter socket that fits over your stem. I guess you want to call it your stem. Oh, I threw it down there. Good job, Rick. Oh my God, good job. We'll edit that out. We don't edit anything out, so start your rivet in there. Slide that over the top, because if you try to drive on the end, it'll push that through. Won't do you any good. Take that socket, pop that rivet through, and you're good to go. Same thing with the rest of them. Now, when I clamp this off, it's been clamped for, I don't know, a couple, 3 days. I wanted it to sit out in the sun, get a little heat in it. That way that plastic relaxes. It had been in that crimped position where it was stuck for several months because the brush guard was bent up against it. So, well, I wanted the plastic to naturally relax from the heat of the sun and all that stuff. Otherwise, a person could get some heat going against it if you needed to, if you were trying to push the issue a little bit or get it in a nice hot heated shop in the wintertime, which I should have done last year, but that didn't happen. So again, Luke Strasser can scream at me for it. I know how this goes. Perfect. Now we just start down here, or wherever you want to start, I guess, doesn't matter. Slide that over the top. Start squeezing down that handle. You want to make sure it releases and comes all the way back down to the rivet again. You're going to want to make sure you pick those up because they'll end up in your tires. You want to feel the bottom here. Come here. Make sure that it's crimped over well. You can see these ones are. You want that to crimp over well and not have too many problems there. So we'll get on to the rest of these, and then we'll start pulling the clamps off, and hopefully it holds. Okay, so now we can start releasing clamps. I don't know that there's a best way to do that. Just start popping them off there. Something seems like it's going to open up, then obviously you're going to want to stop doing that. But so far, some of these don't have a lot of clamp load on them. You can tell that that plastic's relaxed. So that's a good thing. We're not fighting with them. Some of them we're pulling on pretty hard to get it down there and into place. So I like it. I think it looks pretty good. There might be, right in this area, there might be a little bit of a hoop in it, but that's probably been there before because that brush guard had seen plenty of trees and brush and all kinds of bumping and grinding. So it was probably tweaked back into the body before. So I'll get this put on, or I'll get my tools put away, and then we'll start working on that weather strip. We'll get that back on there, and then we'll see if we can fit that brush guard and make it work, or see if we're going to have to build a new one. So there ain't much to the seal on here. It's just a one-piece seal that covers the joint. There's no silicone, adhesive, anything like that, but it stretches on pretty damn hard, and today it's not the warmest day of the week, so it's gonna take a little bit of tugging to get this one on all the way. Once you get the bottom lip started, all the way around, it's not as bad, but it's not started all screwdriver can aid in this. I should get the large pick tools out of my service truck, would help as well. See, that helped. There, we got it. That wasn't too bad. And now that we're done, you pretty near can't tell it ever happened. Well, I don't know that the hood's going to close all the way, though. I guess we'll find out. The hood was a little ajar on it before, and I think that this hood structure here is tweaked, and I'm not entirely sure how I'd actually go about fixing it. So we'll throw the hood on quick and see if that is anywhere close again. There is a steel frame underneath that I'm sure that relates to these two pieces here that come up behind the back of the winch and hold on to this, go down to the steel frame. So if this does not fit, I'm not surprised. I'd actually be surprised if it did. I'll be dipped. It's pretty darn close. It could go that way a little bit, but considering before it was like that, something like that. Where's my it's actually not as far off as I anticipated. I think I'd be half tempted to leave that a go. I could adjust the hinges in the back there, probably make up the rest of that, but or the striker. So we could probably do a little tweaking on it. I might, if we can tweak these hinges a little bit. See, these hinges attached to the plastic themselves, they're not into the metal. So if anything, we'd have to move everything. We want to come this way, but not too much. And I don't know what I want to do here. We're like a hole off on that side. It's almost like it's a little kitty wampus, and what I might do is just leave it for now and get a couple of hot summer days, and we'll see if it actually rebounds. It might bring itself back into, now that all this is riveted and it's been there. I'm gonna see if it'll bring itself back around and kind of correct itself. If not, then on the next service we'll adjust it. It does need a service, so we're gonna get into that. Well, let's see if we can get that brush guard put back on there and see how things line up and see what we have to do to fix it. Okay, so this little girl's been tweaked a little bit. Shocker, huh? So right now to bring it up straight-ish, and it doesn't look too bad on the gap, other than this side's been, I'm gonna have to make a couple of spacers to bring that back. So that winch got tweaked down, and then it popped the top half of the body up. So that's, well, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I can't fucking change it now. So we're just looking to see if what we can and can't fucking fix. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking that's going to be close enough. It's a little kitty wampus, but it's for running over brush. This side's been busted off before. I busted that side off, years ago. I was trying to back out of a hole that I was stuck in. I couldn't go forward because I was hitting bottom and I wasn't buoyant enough. And I tried to back out of it, and I caught the popple tree backing out, and I ripped the fucker off. So that's been welded back on. It's been ran into the fucking hundreds of trees. So rather than, you know, aside from the fact that I'm a cheap fucker and a lazy fucker and I don't want to build a new one, she's earned her battle scars. I mean, it's just, you gotta put the old girl back on, and you can see the little bump in it right here now. So that's probably part of the deal. And some of this, the steel structure in here, and that got tweaked. If that steel structure is bent a little bit, I'm not going to get it back other than bending the fucking structure back, and there's really not a good way to do that. So we got to make the best of what we got. I'm going to figure out some spacers. I think we're going to have to slot these holes a little bit. We're probably going to have to relief those so they got some adjustment in them. That way we can line everything up, tighten it up, and send it. All right, so upon further review, to be able to shim this thing out to where I want it and make it right-ish looking, I'm going to need longer bolts than that. And these are 1/2-inch fine thread. I have Napa bringing some parts in the morning, so I'm going to see if they have them on hand. Otherwise, I'd have to run to the fucking hardware store, and I'm really tired of driving the fuck around. So I'll see if they can bring them up with me in the morning, and when I get parts delivered. So that'll work out. And then, shit, I got to put all that stuff away. Randy Olson, appreciate you, buddy. He's always hooking me up with shit. We got fucking fancy windmill grease and some 75 140 and a bunch of tubes of grease, including some full synthetic Mobil 1 grease and some fancy waterproof grease and some 10-weight, straight 10-weight oil. And yeah, we're kick ass. A little farm fuel, and yeah. So I guess since I'm waiting for parts or waiting for bolts on this, because obviously it's Sunday night, I can't get them anywhere anyway, so even if I wanted to do it tonight. So, and the nuts are welded into the end of that square tubing, so there's not a lot of option for changing that out. We're just going to leave it the way it is, and we'll end up re-drilling the front of that. We're going to re-drill in the front brush guard. Well, oh, it's my alarm. Premiere's almost on. Perfect. We'll end up re-drilling the holes in a lower position rather than slotting them, because the holes are probably going to be down there. And it'll work. It'll be what it'll be. It'll work out just fine. If not, fuck it. So what do we got left? We got service. I got to figure out why the light doesn't want to work all the time. And one reflector came loose, so we're probably going to have to pull that whole fucking lens off. So I'll probably take that light off there and then lay it down on that cart or something, and so it's face up so we can take all that shit apart and fix it, find the screws or whatever we got to do there. And then what else? Change oil, lubricate the chains. I'm sure the chains aren't in the best of shape right now. Get some chain and cable lube on there. I should probably have Napa bring me a can. We better go check inventory real quick. I'm gonna have to start making a list for Napa in the mornings. They come once or twice a day, morning and afternoon. Kick ass. Open gear lube. That's what I'd like. I'd rather have that because it sticks a little bit better than their chain and cable lube. So yeah, I'll have them bring me some. Perfect. I'll make a list. I'm gonna write that shit down. I'm gonna go. We'll show you how we got to change oil on this fucking thing. It's not a traditional drain because you can raise this thing up all day long. There's no holes in the bottom of it except for the drain holes back there for the water. So I gotta get drain plugs too. Look at that. We're just coming up aces today. I know I'm pretty fucking sure that Napa can't get those, but I'll find out tomorrow. All right, I'll bring it back. Well, good Monday morning. How's everybody doing today? I'm good, and you? Not so bad. What is it, 9 o'clock-ish? What are you doing today, Rick? Well, I called Napa this morning. I ordered parts for the Argo. They didn't have everything on hand, but I got the stuff to do the service on it. I got stuff coming for Bud's truck. Bud or Russell's, I don't know whose truck it actually is. It's both of theirs. Okay, good, fine. For that 97 F-250 sitting down there, we got parts coming for that. And then did chores. And now we're gonna work on old, we're gonna clean up the shop, and then we're gonna work on old Bertha there. We're gonna get that last, phone call, bring it back. Courtesy call from Napa. Appreciate y'all. They're on their way out to deliver some parts, so they gave me the courtesy call to make sure I didn't need anything else before they leave. Perfect. Fucking like it. So I actually got the fucking hard Mountain Dew, by the way. Picked it up yesterday, but I had to put it in the fridge and I haven't tried it yet, so maybe later. Before I get too far here, working on stuff, I want to start getting, I want to get a third or half of that clean, sorted through and whatnot and put away. Because a feller's got to get this fucking press built, and I finally got a shipping order on those fucking bearings for that bandsaw, so we might actually be able to get that bastard put back together and get the bench cleaned off. Maybe. Maybe. I said maybe. Don't come at me with that. I said maybe. All right? So, yeah, and then we're going to sweep up. We're going to get that tire mounted on old Bertha's wheel. This one was a little bit rougher than the other one. A lot of pitting and whatnot going on, but it is what it is. It'll be far better than what it was, so there you go. And we got parts ordered for the tiller. I got it. Try to get that one going again. I'm going to drain the gas, mix some gas. Might have to pull a carb, clean the carb, who knows. That fucker might need a carb too. We got the stuff coming for the oil change on this. So I'm going to clean up for a little bit, and then I'll bring you back when we start doing the service on the old fucking Argo. Jesus, good Lord, Rick. You're dragging that one on long enough, aren't you? Holy crap. Oh, beer's good today. Happy Memorial Day. First of all, I just want to extend my thank yous and pay respects to those who've sacrificed not only themselves, their lifestyle, but also their families that have been there and supported them as well. It's a huge sacrifice for everyone to give us the freedoms that we have, and sometimes, well, especially in this day and age, we don't really have a lot of fucking respect for the freedoms that we used to have, and people are trying to fucking take away from us. So, happy Memorial Day. Be a fucking patriot for once, and, you know, learn what it's all about. It's not just a fucking binge drinking 3-day weekend. Although, I will say, Luke, I didn't do any customer pay today. I told you I'd take the fucking day off, so I took the day off. Alright, I did my own stuff, so, yeah, not enough of it, whatever. We got a lot of projects coming for you. We will get back to the service on that Argo here in the next couple of videos. Boys, things get ahead of me real quick, so, or behind me, or ahead of me, or I have a fucking whatever. So if you guys like what I'm doing, throw me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, get my notifications. Memberships are down there if you want one. I do appreciate it. It's last call on the Bork Fest. Throw me an email, rjwoodworks@hotmail.com, down below. In the comments, something, get a hold of me so we can figure it out if you're coming or not, so that way we got all these. We're planning food, we're planning drinks, we got live music, I got confirmation on that. If you need hotels, let me know. If you need a place to put your camper, your tent, whatever, let me know. I'm making arrangements and putting things together in my head. We're only, 8 weeks away, 9 weeks away now? So, shit, let's do it. Countdown is on. See you guys later.